So related to your issues you've described to me with work, do you think there are other employees and coworkers going through the same issues?
Um, I think so. So I'm not the first college student to be hired with the lab. So I I can imagine that they feel the same. I really haven't talked to anybody about it. Um, but I have I go to school with a few of them, so I'm sure I could talk to them about it.
I know with being a previous student hire in the lab, I know I've gone through the same issues. And I know that a few of the older employees can be a little bit harsh, especially with when there's issues drawing patients. So I can relate. I'm sure that there's other people in the lab department that could relate to you that you could speak to about it. Are there people that you think you could go to that would help you with your issues? And so this could be people that are going through the same thing, other colleagues that aren't necessarily going through the same thing but may be able to see what's happening.
Um, Besides going to other college students, I don't feel like I can go to anyone because I've been told in the past people have gone to the higher up people and nothing happens. We just complain and nothing gets resolved from it.
So advancements and corrections aren't necessarily made whenever issues are brought up to management.
Yeah, I just feel like if I would go to management, they would just be like, "Oh, well, you're new, you'll get better, things will resolve in itself." But I don't really know if they will.
What are some, I know you said you didn't like confrontation, but what if you maybe voiced your concerns to the people, not directly, but maybe kind of mentioned, hey, this is what I think is wrong. You could also bring up strengths and weaknesses. Say, I'm still learning. What are some of your strengths that you think you have?
Um, I with patients. From having that experience in the nursing home with patient care, I'm really good at just interacting with patients at the bedside. Um, I feel like I'm also good at when they're on the verge of refusing their labs, that I can kind of not really talk them into it, but kind of persuade them.
Move them in the right direction.
Just by saying hey, your doctor really needs this. Um, you know, if you get these done, it's gonna help you go home faster. And so I feel like just talking with them, I'm good at.
So as far as weaknesses, what do you think would be along the line of your weaknesses currently in your job?
Just getting the hang of a routine, I would say is my biggest one. Getting cause I know what other I know what my trainer, what her routine is. I know what other people's routine is, but as for myself, I don't do things like they do. So just getting in the hang of everything for myself. Prioritizing which labs to get first, on what different floors, I think is a big one. And I'm just hoping that in time I can improve on them, and hopefully I get into the swing of things, and when I'm on my own I can just go out, get my labs, do what I need to do, and come back, and my labs will be on time, they won't be late, I won't have to redraw them, because that's another one, is that I don't fill them full enough. And so the lab calls and they're like, hey, you got to redraw this, which is annoying because of that. Sometimes that person is a really hard stick in the first place. So I think that's just what I
do. You think some of those weaknesses might go along with the frustration that your coworkers have with you, with the having to do the redraws and getting behind on things, so you need help catching up?
Yeah, I feel like when I'm with my trainer and she gets the call that we have to get a redraw, and she knows it's because of me. I feel like she's like, oh, well, you've been here a couple months, you should kind of know better, but sometimes you just can't help it. It's just you try and it doesn't work out.
Okay, so you feel that some of your weaknesses along the lines of the mechanics of your job, and prioritizing go hand in hand with the issues that you're facing with your coworkers, which is making your job experience all around stressful.